The Women's World Cup ends on fictional soil in Australia, losing to Sweden in the match for third place. The Women's World Cup in Australia was a game-changer, but the Matildas' participation in the tournament ended with a 2-0 defeat to Sweden in the third-place match on Saturday. However, this match marked a new frontier for women's football in Australia after the World Cup, which saw football mania grip the nation as Matildas achieved their best-ever result in the tournament. Nobody wants to show up for the third-place playoff, and usually a muted atmosphere results in that, but such was the support for Matildas at this World Cup that even after Sweden took an eventual 2-0 lead, the crowd in Brisbane still cheered. Every pass, every tackle, every test run. But even in the face of this party atmosphere, Sweden showed their class as a penalty from Fridolina Rolfo in the first half, and a fine goal from captain Koso Verislani secured victory in third place. For Sweden, a third-place finish for Sweden is a familiar way to finish the World Cup, having done so in 1991, 1995 and 2019, and it marks an even brighter end to the tournament after a heartbreaking last-gasp loss to Spain in the semi-finals. Meanwhile, Team Matilda finished fourth, having never advanced beyond the quarterfinals in previous tournaments. Sweden had the better of the early exchanges, forcing Matildas off the ball and dominating possession. Blagolt showed intent from the first minute, as Stina Blackstenius got the better of the Australian defence, took a pass from Aslani and fired a shot on goal, but a flick from Australian goalkeeper Mackenzie Arnold sent the danger away. And although Australia were initially restricted to counter-attacks, it looked as if the tide had begun to turn as the Matildas' light blue shirts swarmed onto the field and put a period of pressure on the Swedish defence. Then, as the Matildas were finding their footing in the match, Sweden landed a hammer kick in the 30th minute when the video assistant referee, VAR, awarded a penalty against Australia for contact in the penalty area. Rolfo stepped up and calmly prodded the ball into the side netting, inches from Arnold's outstretched fingertips, and gave Sweden a 1-0 lead. Blagolt almost took a 2-0 lead at halftime as Filippa Angel-Dowell fired the ball towards goal just before. Swedes were never likely to give up their lead, and although the Matildas continued to press after the first half, they lacked clinical superiority, often slipping away from possession, and their attempts on goal left Swedish goalkeeper Zakira Mozovic relatively unsettled. Aslani's moment of magic came in the 62nd minute as I sprinted into midfield and found Plastinos. The striker was tagged hard and passed the ball to Aslani on the edge of the penalty area, who volleyed the ball into the corner of the goal, past a jumping Arnold. 8 minutes later, Australia had a chance to have Sweden's lead, but Claire Polkinshorn's shot fell comfortably into Mozovic's arms, and thanks to a limping Sam Kerr, who briefly left the field injured late in the game, the Matildas' attack ultimately could not find the back of the net.